We've had free speech for a very, very long time in the United Kingdom, and it will last for a very, very long time.
I don't like the camera. You can have a body cam. I can exhibit that to you. I just don't like the camera, really.
Okay, well, I'm doing this because this is my own house, and I am telling you why I'm doing it. So I just need to know why would she's basically viewed a post which is not an arrestable offence.
The phone needs to get seized from us, otherwise we will escalate this.
But with a voluntary
Which means your daughter will get arrested.
For what? Viewing a social media post? Is that?
Yeah. In order to
No, absolutely not. Demonstration of evidence.
Is freedom of speech dead in this country?
I'm not across the details of the particular case, but let me give you the principles that I would apply. Firstly, I'm strongly in favour of free speech. We've had free speech in this country for a very, very long time, and we protect it fiercely. I'm equally, though, against incitement to violence against other people. That has long been an offence in our country, and rightly so. And so I say, don't know the details of this case, but free speech, yes. Incitement to violence, no.
I don't understand.
So you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence.
I don't know what's going on.
Let me explain the caution, okay? So you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention one question, something you later rely on in court, okay? Anything you do say may be given an evidence.
But I completely don't understand.
Do you understand the caution?
I don't understand what you're doing.
Okay.
Hold on, I've got 3 young children.
Okay,
Listen to what he's going to
listen
say.
me.
Yes, I'm listening.
Right, so you're under arrest currently, right, on suspicion of harassment.
For who?
We'll go through all that shortly. I've explained the caution to you, okay? So the grounds of the arrest are that from the 10th of March you made apparently a number of posts online and on social media harassing an individual, okay, making serious allegations.
Yes.
Okay.
Having been in DC for a few weeks, it's really interesting to see how you run the country as a proud Christian leader. And it really begs the question to the Prime Minister, if you don't mind, are we still a Christian country? But also...
when you say we, are you talking here or...?
Here. The
Here?
UK. I'm still British. I might
I'd
live in America, I'm still
that
British.
question.
But also...
I can't give you that answer.
That's for the Prime Minister. But also, despite what we talked about in Scotland a few weeks ago, we still have 12,000 people a year here being arrested for social media posts, for free speech violations.
6 police officers came to my house and arrested me. Why? Because I'd been talking about my daughter's school on a WhatsApp group. It was the morning of Wednesday the 29th of January, about 11:45. I was on a Zoom call for a work project, when on my Zoom screen, in the little window where I saw my own face, I realised that 2 police officers were standing behind me. Another 2 police officers were arresting my partner, Rosalind.
And Starmer was asked about this and he was panicking when that topic came up, but he also started to panic when it came to the topic of free speech. Take a listen.
What's important to free speech today?
Well, free speech is very important. I don't know if you're referring to any place in particular. Perhaps they are, but...
We've had free speech for a very, very long time here, so we're very proud about that.
He says that, yet Keir Starmer has approved an elite police task force to track...
You are 28 years of age and you have other convictions, although not for 10 years. In 2014, you received a fixed penalty notice for using threatening or abusive words or behaviour which were likely to cause harassment, alarm or distress. You have been committed for sentence, having pleaded guilty to an offence of publishing written material which is threatening, abusive or insulting, intending thereby to stir up racial hatred.
What do you make of Keir Starmer's attacks on freedom of speech?
It's exactly what you'd expect from someone who holds his position. It's nothing new. I think in the UK, things have gone farther in the UK on the, what would you say, with regards to threats to freedom of expression than maybe anywhere in the West, although Canada's doing its best to play catch-up, maybe New Zealand. It's in keeping with his ethos. It's not surprising and it's appalling.
In Russia last year, 400 people were arrested for things that they said on social media. 400 people in Russia. Obviously, this country is very different. How many people do you think were arrested in Britain for things they said on social media last year?
Go on.
Take a guess.
I have no idea.
3,300.
Really? Arrested for what they'd said on social media?
Yeah.
What sort of things get you arrested?
Well, one example I give in my show is there was a young woman from Liverpool called Chelsea Russell, and people can look this up. Her friend was killed in a car crash, a 19-year-old woman, and she posted the lyrics of his favorite song on her Instagram. And it was a rap song, so the lyrics contained several instances of the N-word. She was arrested, prosecuted, found guilty, given 500 hours of community service and a fine, tagged, and for a year she was under 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. curfew.
My goodness.
In Britain.
In Britain.
In 2018.
Shocking incident in the UK. British police arrest an elderly man over posting 4 LGBT flags on Facebook, sparking outrage online.
Posting a flag. You are not going to do this. Unfortunately, she has already been arrested. You are about to arrest the man for posting an image on Facebook. You came the other day, 3 of you came, told him that he committed an offence, did not give him a caution, tried to resolve it, absence of a caution, absence of legal advice, absence of interview, with a £60 shakedown, where you tried to make it go on his own.
Be careful what you say online. Be careful what you do. Not just now, but in the past, because it could be reframed at any moment in a variety of ways, depending on how you are regarded by the establishment. I would say that inciting violence is not good. And saying that people should be burned to death is irresponsible. And generally speaking, as a Christian, I believe that we are one family and we're here to love one another. But if you're going to have nations, nations have borders. And if you're going to have democracy, you're going to have to respond to the will of the people. And the people of the United Kingdom are really concerned about migration. And they're really concerned about free speech. And if the protests are anything to go by, they do not trust Keir Starmer one bit. Firstly, let's have a look at Lucy Connolly that's been jailed for a tweet. This is a response to a Joe Rogan.
But I do feel people need to know what's going on out there. And if they think that they're quite safe and they can just sit at home and maybe just knock out a little tweet that, they think is a bit edgy or whatever, just be aware of the climate out there at the moment. And, it could be a knock on your door.
Behind your back. And then we'll be doing this as easy as possible. All right.
I'm not at risk.
Right.
You're not at risk. The public are not at risk.
Unfortunately, Julian, we don't know you, so we're just going to have to do this as part of the procedure. Yes.
Julian.
But I do feel people need to know what's going on out there. And if they think that they're quite safe and they can just sit at home and maybe just knock out a little tweet that, they think is a bit...
If you're trying to figure out what the US will look like into the future, worst case is kind of what's happening in the UK right now. People getting arrested over Facebook posts.
And this is why you really got to be smart in the way that you fight these things. When there was one of Donald Trump's trials, there was a big group of Trump supporters who were outside protesting. I tweeted, hey, dear Trump supporters, if you happen to see a barrel-chested man outside screaming, storm the courthouse, don't storm the courthouse.
Can we just establish that anybody who screamed, let's storm the Capitol, I can think of 2 people who did, who was not arrested.
Was defended by Democrats in the Congress.
And he wasn't alone. There's another prominent person who did that as well, as I know you know. Didn't get arrested, didn't go to jail. I mean, what can we conclude from that?
Judge jails Enoch Burke for Christmas with effective life sentence. This is a dark and shameful day in Ireland. Is an exemplary teacher and man of integrity. His only crime is that he refused to endorse transgenderism and bow to satanic ideology. What are we doing?
This is Enoch Burke, the teacher who has refused to deny his Christian belief and bow to transgender ideology. We're here at the Four Courts again in Dublin, where Enoch's case was again before Mr. Justice Brian Cregan. And he had a number of matters to deal with today in relation to the case. But at the beginning, he said, if any member of the Burke family so much as speaks, they will be removed by Gardaí. So this is the situation we're in. Lies are being told from the bench. Enoch Burke, his name blackened, the Constitution set at naught, the law disregarded, and if a person so much as speaks a word, they will be removed by a battalion of Gardaí.
Judge Cregan today. Trump needs to step in on this, but that doesn't change the fact that this is absolutely fucking mind-blowing. What the fuck?
And I think that's what people are scared about in the UK, when you see people saying things they shouldn't be saying, but they're saying them on Facebook and they're getting arrested and they're doing like 20 months in jail.
I haven't found the
might well be a more fringe example. I think it's like 20, maybe Jamie, you can live fact check me here, maybe up to about 30-ish people have been prosecuted for stuff they've put online in the UK recently.
I think 3,000.
Joe Rogan just yanked the Labour leader by his politically correct tie and body slammed him straight into the arena of logic, blunt honesty, and raw chaos. If you thought Starmer was untouchable behind a podium, just wait until you watch him stumble through Rogan's kettlebell-loaded questions. Believe it, you've never seen Starmer get dismantled like this before.
What's happening in England right now, isn't it?
They arrested thousands of people for social media posts.
That's crazy. Were they threatening people?
They don't have to be. They don't have to be threatening.
We also know that there have been infringements on free speech that actually affect not just the British. Of course, what the British do in their own country is up to them, but also affect American technology companies and by extension, American citizens. So that is something that we'll talk about today at lunch.
We've had free speech for a very, very long time in the United Kingdom, and it will last for a very, very long time. Well, no, I mean, certainly we wouldn't want to reach across US citizens.
Keir Starmer, the walking definition of flavourless porridge, made the fatal mistake of crossing Joe Rogan's radar. And everyone knows, when Rogan sniffs out weakness, he doesn't just mention it. He serves up a 3-hour takedown, complete with elk meat on the side and a kettlebell demo for emphasis.
Tears being shed over J.D. Vance's speech.
What was it about his speech in particular that was offensive?
He turned it onto the European Union and to EU countries and the UK in particular, talking about how, you know, their biggest threat isn't necessarily Russia or China. Their biggest threat is what they're doing to themselves in terms of suppressing free speech from all the various groups out there, including conservative